Hello and welcome to In the Lab. Now today we're going to talk about density. That's not the kind of density you get if you fail your exams. It's the kind of density where different substances are either tightly packed together or they're loosely spaced out, so they have a different density compared to each other. Now this bottle has got various things of different densities. In fact, we've got 5 different densities going on. We've got these beads at the bottom that have got the greatest density, so they're right at the very bottom. We've got a substance here, and that is salt water. That's got slightly lower density, so it's above. Then we have got some beads here. They are a lighter density. We've got some more beads. These black beads are clearly less dense, so they're above the blue ones. Then we've got some isopropanol. That's got the lightest density of everything, and so it sits on top. So it might look like we've got one liquid, and how on earth are the beads hanging about in the middle like that? But actually, it's 2 different solutions, and we've got 3 different beads with different densities. That's always what happens. When you've got substances of a different density, they will naturally order themselves from the heaviest to the lightest, or from the most dense to the least dense. But what happens when we shake it up might surprise you. Watch this. This is not a surprising bit. You'd expect everything to absolutely mix up. When I leave it, the very dense beads go to the bottom, and then it looks like the blue ones go to the bottom as well, and the black ones go right to the top. Well, that's not what happened before. The blue and the black were right in the middle. This is a little bit strange. But as we wait, we see that the black ones are actually starting to sink, and the blue ones, very, very slowly, are starting to rise. And as I'm talking, as we watch, we're going to find that the blue and the black ones go back to the middle and they'll join together. You'll see that in a moment. Well, what on earth is happening here? It's as simple as this. Remember, we had 2 different solutions. We had salt water, which was more dense, and we had isopropanol, which was more dense, less dense, more dense and less dense. When I shook it together, we made a mixture. And all the particles of both solutions totally mixed up, so the density of the whole thing was an average in between isopropanol and salt water. And right at the beginning, when it was all mixed up, these blue beads were more dense than the density of the mixed liquid, and these beads were less dense than the density of the mixed liquid, so they separated out like that. As time is going on, the salt water and the isopropanol are separating back out again. So we've got salt water here, isopropanol here, and that means these beads, which are more dense than the isopropanol, go underneath that layer. These beads, which are less dense than the salt water, go above it until they finally meet, and the beads don't mix because they've got different densities as well. So now you can see right at the end of it, we've got our 5 layers back again. Everything always sorts itself out to go back to the original state of the more dense, going higher and higher to the less dense, until we have the least dense solution at the top. And I can see you just about through the bottle, but there you go. If you want to make one of these yourself, you can do that. You can get all the ingredients, different beads, isopropanol, salt water. Look up Polydensity Bottle, and online you'll find exactly how to make one of your own. Bye for now.